Yes, thank you. So, hey everyone, thank you all for joining me. It's our last session of the day before the party. So I'm glad that you could join and that you have some energy. I'll be talking about WebAssembly with .NET and some kind of the future of cross-platform apps. My name is Dominik. Some of you maybe were on a presentation yesterday from Gerard. He is now my teammate. And I previously worked at Uno Platform, and now I'm with the Maui team at Microsoft. So let's take a look at the agenda that we are going to have for today's session. I'm going to do a little introduction in both Wasm and .NET, so all of us are on the same page. Then we are going to take a look into actually integrating WebAssembly with .NET, and for some case studies, maybe I will show some tools and resources, and then some future opportunities which are there currently in store for both Wasm and for .NET. So let's take a look into it. First, we'll start with WebAssembly. I will, for the start, show you this great article which I found out when I was researching for the presentation. It's from, I think, Yui, if I'm spelling his name correctly. And he is writing about how he was understanding Wasm all wrong. And from from when I look at this title, I still see something wrong about that because you spell it Wasm or write it with title case instead of the uppercase, but it's just a stylistic choice, and it's better to write it this way instead of the uppercase, where I see it very often incorrectly, let's say. So we can now take a look into Wasm. It's a low-level binary format for stack-based VM. Very simply, I can explain it in a sense that you can run almost any language on browser. So it's some kind of a compilation target for, let's say, C#, C, C++, Rust, Go, Dart, and many other languages which are possible now to run on top of web instead of previously just using JavaScript or maybe, let's say, TypeScript, but it's still compiled to JavaScript. So there are many more options now with Wasm, and there are many more options to actually build better applications that run on the web. It's a thing that you can use on kind of top of JavaScript. So you can use JavaScript interrupts with Wasm, and you can kind of communicate both ways. It offers a great portability and cross-platform reach, and it kind of provides you with a near-native performance. I have to say that in some cases, as usual, it will depend on many things, on optimization and what you are working on, but usually that might be the case for many applications, as it executes almost as fast as the machine code, and it's used for many CPU-heavy tasks. Let's say 3D graphics or some video editing and some simulations. I will show some examples of that very soon, so we'll actually see it in action. There are many other benefits, like Wasm, it's safe and sandbox out of the box, let's say, as it runs in a secure virtual environment. You can access the APIs via strictly controlled, or you can access the APIs with DOM and WASI, which are strictly controlled. There is broad support, which is due to it being standardized by V3C since, I think, like 2019. It's supported by most of the major browsers which are used currently. So Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and let's say all Chromium browsers as well. It works outside of browsers too. We'll take a look into that at the end as well. You can use it with Node.js, server runtimes, WASI, and many more. options. And just to kind of summarize why it's actually revolutionary, is it because that you can use the existing libraries from, let's say, C++, .NET, Rust, and many more to enable kind of a multi-language web development. As I mentioned, some cases run with a near-native performance, and it enables you to build a new type of web apps which users can then use and leverage the power from. So it's kind of like a, let's say, future-proofing of web development. So now let's take a quick look at .NET. I think many of you might already know about it. Maybe you can, just to do some action, you can raise a hand. Who doesn't know .NET from here? Okay, I see no hands, but just for the, let's say, recording and just to summarize it, I will quickly look into that as well. So what actually is .NET? It's an open source developer platform. It supports multiple languages and unified APIs for diverse applications, and it allows you to write your application once and then run everywhere. So let's say web, cloud, mobile, and desktop, they are all possible thanks to .NET, and we'll dive deep into those very soon. So you can use the shared code and behaviors across the operating systems or across, actually, even the platforms. So its strengths are the cross-platform reach and the frameworks which are built on top of it. I can mention ASP.NET Blazor, which we'll take a look into very soon. There is also .NET MAUI with Blazor Hybrid. There is Uno Platform. There is Avalonia. And they all allow you to build your application once and then deploy it anywhere. So as a huge benefit, the team is trying to bring every year improvements to performance. So it's very performant with JIT or AOT compilers and the optimized garbage collection, which is coming with .NET. There are PGOs, there is native AOT, which reduces the startup time and memory usage quite a bit. And there is already a huge ecosystem with NuGet packages, with Visual Studio and VS Code Rider supporting the development with .NET. It's all open source, so you can try it out today for free with no strings attached. So now we are going to take a look at actually integrating WebAssembly with .NET. So something a little bit more interesting for you, for those of you that already know .NET. It allows, the Blazor WebAssembly allows you, as I mentioned, to reach a cross-platform audience with the options of a shared code. So your app, when you build the web application, it actually runs on the client side. So it's not expensive to even host it. It can be published on, let's say, a static web app, and you can just or it usually just downloads to the user without the need to communicate with the server, so you can reduce your cost maintenance, and you can also reuse some of the existing APIs which are possible with .NET already. There is a huge benefit in security, as I mentioned as well, as it runs in the secure environment, and the execution is sandboxed, so you only communicate with the APIs which have been built for you to use with web. So what actually is Blazor Wasm? It's let's say .NET Web Framework for building interactive UIs in the browser. It allows you to run .NET code directly in the browser with using Wasm or WebAssembly. Your app is shipping with a lightweight .NET runtime, which is then compiled to Wasm, and that is executing the C# code in the sandboxed environment. and it's using something called Razor for the development, which is just a C# and XAML combined to actually have your UI and logic in that application. So actually a combination of the words Razor plus browser, that means the Blazor app. There is the logic handling and all the stuff of communicating is done in C#, not in JavaScript. You can use JavaScript in some ways, but it depends on what you want and what you already maybe know. And your browser then becomes a .NET runtime host where you can actually, where the application is actually run. So let's quickly look at building, or let's take a quick look at something a little bit similar to that, but it's, I would say, under the same umbrella, but it has a little bit different result. That's called Blazor Hybrid. There are many different names. I will refer you to Gerard's session from yesterday, where he explained that a little bit more. But just to quickly take a look into that, the MAUI Blazor Hybrid allows you to build mobile and desktop applications with your existing, let's say, Blazor application, or with your existing knowledge in .NET. The apps run natively in the .NET process, and the UI is rendered via WebView. And it supports many different platforms like Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, and also the WebAssembly. When you build your application, you have a shared UI and identity. So you actually are writing a shared Razor class instead of the MAUI code mostly, which allows you to actually support even the web and the native apps at the same time. It supports the ASP.NET Core identity for authentication, and it enables the secure token storage and API access from mobile and desktop clients, which is a huge benefit as well. And we'll actually take a quick look into starting your Blazor Wasm application, and then also take a quick look at the Blazor Hybrid. So let's actually start with a terminal. I have it prepared. I hope you will be able to see it. I will just quickly switch that. So let's see about this, and I will do this one. Yes. So I have copied over the oh, okay. I only have it there, so yeah, never mind. Let's actually do it with Visual Studio, since it's going to be way simpler in this case. So let's open the now old Visual Studio 2022. I definitely recommend checking out the Visual Studio 2026, which just came out, and it's very performant and very, very good. So let's actually create a new project in Visual Studio, and let's do a Blazor app when it loads. Let's give it a second. If that loads, should be there. Yeah. So let's create that. I will probably just keep it this way. And we can keep all the options for now with the defaults. You can explore that on your own after. There are many possibilities which allow you to build your application much faster when you want some specifics. So let me actually switch the screen again, if I found one. Yes. So, yes. And let's actually run the application so we can see what's there from the defaults and what is actually, yeah, good. And what is actually possible with a Blazor application. So while we wait for that, the next demo, I will show a Blazor WebAssembly application, which is going to be kind of hosted directly in the MAUI app, and it can be published natively to the platforms. So you have the APKs or exe, which you might want to use for, let's say, a store or a some kind of other distribution. So now that it loaded, I will just switch it there. So yes, we have now the application, and as you can see, it is working very nicely. And we have the clicker app, which is the default for most of the cases now, and we can increment, we can play around with that. There is also already an API communication done kind of for you. You can just change the URL and the name, and you can work with that out of the box, which is awesome as well, without the need to set up. And I just want to quickly show something that also Gerard showed. Let me actually open the DevToys, and I will show you that that even this application. Oh, yes, good. That even this application is already built with the flexibility in mind. So you can just kind of change the style and change the text without the need to write that on your own, which is a huge benefit, I think, as well. And it allows to have better apps with Blazor Hybrid out of the box. So we can take a quick look at Blazor Hybrid as well. It's going to be quite similar. I will start off with Visual Studio, so it's easier for us. And let me actually load it. So So just to mention, there is the Blazor WebAssembly app. There is also Blazor server app, which you can use. That's hosted on your server. And then there is the Blazor Hybrid. I will just search for it. It's called .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid app. But for short, we just call it Blazor Hybrid. And let me actually start the project. I will keep the defaults as well. I will choose .NET 9, and I will just create the application so we can see what's there out of the box as well. So once that or before that loads, I will keep it for a little bit, and I will actually show you the case studies for, let me actually start with the initial page. So you can find Blazor on the .NET website. It's there just under the ASP.NET umbrella, where you can see all the possibilities, and you can decide on which you want, as I mentioned, the server, or if you want the client application, or if you want the hybrid application, which we are now running. So I have a Windows machine there. I think that's going to be the simplest to show, but you can as well choose iOS. You can as well choose Android. So the platforms are all there under the drop-down, and you can deploy that to your mobile or to a simulator and debug that. So I will just also switch it there, and we can see a very similar application which you can use directly hosted inside a native application, and you can have it running really everywhere. So I will just quickly show how the application is built. As I mentioned, it's built with Razor. So all of the Razor pages are there, but you can also use the, let's say, main page here, which has the usual XAML, which you might already know. And there you can either build a MAUI application where you embed the web view, which is there. It's the Blazor web view. I can zoom it a little bit. Let's see if that works. Maybe not. Yes, this way. So that's the Blazor web view, which is hosting our content, and you can change the actual selectors and the pages which will be displayed, or you can wrap it around some other native controls, either from MAUI or directly from the system, which MAUI allows as well. So let me quickly go back to our presentation. I also wanted to talk a little bit about UNO platform, which also allows you to build your applications on top of WebAssembly as well as other platforms. There it's not a web view which is hosting that elements. It's actually either a Skia Sharp renderer or the native browser controls, which are then styled and overlaid on top of. So the actual divs, which are then just restyled to look like a WinUI application. So UNO allows you to write apps in XAML and C#, the same API set as UWP or now WinUp SDK, to run on bunch of different platforms as well as WebAssembly. It has the Wasm.NET runtime, which means like a C# in the browser. And a great example I can show you in our next demo is the actual Windows 10 calculator, which is running on WebAssembly. So let me actually do that very quickly. I will just stop this so it's not bugging us. And I will switch here. So you can search for it even on your own. It's called just calculator.platform.uno. And there you have the actual Windows 10 application, which has been ported from C++ to C#. And now it runs either in a browser or on your mobile, where you can download it from the Play stores as well. And it has all the converters and stuff like that, which you expect from that application, which is a huge benefit of that as well. And it actually shows you how that application works. It's, I think, a great case study for either WebAssembly or UNO platform as a whole, which is also free and open source, and you can explore that on your own. So let me actually also show you a little bit of a demo about how to actually create your own application with UNO. So I think the easiest way is to use another WebAssembly application from UNO. It's called new.platform.uno, where you can just type a name of your app. Let's do something much better. So UNO app. Let's say, if I can type. Okay. So let's do an UNO app, and there you can see a WebAssembly application where you can design, where you can start off your actual own application. About designing, that's something I will get into pretty soon. But where you can actually bootstrap your application, and you can select what you actually want to have with your result. So you can click through that either on your mobile or then afterwards if you want to play around that. But for this demo, I will actually show you how to create that application. So you just hit create. You just copy the .NET new command, which is prepared there for you, and you just paste it in your terminal. Hope that works now. Let's see. I should be in the correct. Yes. Should be good. So it will actually create your application and then also restore it, so it's prepared for you to actually start working on that. And before that creates, I think I have another example which I prepared. This is an application which I contributed to UNO. It's a sample application with a bunch of different APIs, which I think is not only an example for UNO, but it's also an example for the possibilities with WebAssembly, because you can see a bunch of different APIs which you can use. It's maybe a little bit laggy now since we are actually building the application, but you can search for it on your own. It's just the unexpected APIs.uno, and you can try it out. I will just try to reload it. Let's see if that helps, or maybe it's just my PC getting a little bit overloaded with the restore. So let's see what happens. But there you can actually see a bunch of different APIs, as I mentioned, and you can play around those. You can connect maybe your Xbox gamepad, or you can try a compass on your device, or some accelerometers. I will actually show you something that's on this device, because I don't have accelerometer and I don't have a gamepad with me, but I think I can check for connectivity, and it should tell me that I'm connected to the internet. This is just an icon which is displayed there, but it actually tells me that I'm connected to the internet. And if I disconnect it, it would show me that I'm not connected. I can do sharing. I can do a bunch of different stuff. So just quickly, before our application is restored, I can show you that it actually can share even from the browser UI. And actually, let's cancel that. And one more great example I can show you, that you can actually have a web inside a web, and you can actually do like an inception. I hope it doesn't break now, but you can open the web even inside a web, which is a cool example as well. And if that loaded, we would have an inception-like example here. So, well, that's cool. I want to show you the actual application. Let's see if it restored. Yes. So let's actually open that, and let me see the project. So we called it Uno app. It's here, and let me actually open it in Visual Studio as well, so I can show you how an UNO platform application actually looks like when it's being created. We just didn't specify many details. We just used the recommended templates, but you can play around that with the templates which I showcased. And there we actually have directly the UNO app on WebAssembly, as well as many other platforms. If I can click that, there are many other platforms, same as Maui and same as Blazor, a hybrid, which you can use. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let me go back. So let's try that application. I will actually choose the Wasm one. I will choose this one, so it's quicker. And let's actually try to build that. It should be restored now, so shouldn't be that long before that builds. Okay, so we have some errors there. Never mind. Let's actually go to the presentation, and we'll take a look afterwards if that builds. So I wanted to show some more real-world applications and case studies, which are either on Wasm, because Wasm is quite popular already. I can show you some examples. Maybe you already know Figma, you know Zoom, Pyodide for Wasm, which is just I think, the scientific stack which is brought to Wasm, if I'm correct. There is also Photoshop, there is AutoCAD, there is Jupyter Lite, and there is Clipchamp, which is the video editor which I mentioned, and many of the Azure functions are also on Wasm. There are many success stories with Blazor WebAssembly already as well. There is, let's say, Stadio. They built a responsive student portal. There is the Allegiance, if I'm correct, the Allegiance Consulting. They built some of their financial apps on top of Blazor Wasm. There is Zero Friction, and there is GE Aviation, which they build their application and brought them to the either public or just their internal use for them to help their people to work faster. So there are many more examples. You can search for them on also .net.microsoft.com /platform/customer/Blazor. It's quite long, but you can find that on the Blazor web as well. And let me go to the final case study which I prepared. It's a case study for UNO platform, how actually Kahua built their application or brought their application on top of UNO platform, because they had previously a WPF app, which was only, as you probably know, for Windows, and they actually leveraged WinUI 3 and UNO platform to bring it to the web and also macOS natively. And they are now, I think, planning to support even more platforms, and they are kind of collaborating with UNO to build better apps for everyone. So with the same C# and XAML which they have, they achieved a consistent UI and logic across platforms. They faced some critical issues when they were porting that, because it was on older versions of WinUI. So they actually collaborated with the team to resolve those and to improve actually the WinUI or WinApp SDK, and they also helped investigate some core CLR access violations, which they are pretty helpful that they've managed to resolve those and actually improve that for everyone. And now their application is used by more than 100,000 users, and it has, I think, more than 1 million lines of code. And there is a great article about it. If you want to read, just search for Kahua with UNO platform, and you will see how they achieved it. I think there is also some video with all the decisions which they had to do. So it's a great watch, I think. So let's try to go back for a little bit, and let's see if our application worked. And unfortunately, it has run into some issues. How unexpected. Let's see if we can build that once again. And if not, I will recommend you to try it on your own. Hopefully it works, because you won't have this luck of a presenter. So let's give it a second, and let's see if that works. So I want to look back a little bit on the developer tools and resources which you can use. There is the Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code support, which I mentioned. There is now also Rider, which came with a support very recently, and it supports a lot of the Blazor Wasm publishing with the proper browser Wasm runtime. What is actually how you can install that without the need of the IDEs is just that you can use .NET workload install Wasm tools, and you can have that have almost all what I showed directly supported with or also a terminal. So there is a great support for the F12 tools, let's say, which I showcased a little bit earlier. There is the Wasm profilers, which is an MS-built property to enable profiling in DevTools. There is support for AOT method tracing, so for some call specifications and the filtering sampling of intervals. There is also a dwarf extension, which enables readable method names in browser console, not this dwarf. And there is a support, great support, I would say, for performance and debugging. So all the native debugging symbols and stripped binaries are supported via the MS build flags. There is profiling and instrumentation available for both interpreter and AOT. And there is enhanced support for SIMD, so single instruction, multiple data, and garbage collector in browser environments. So let's try it once more. I saw some command line there, and let's see if that worked. That's not the correct command line, but something is running. So let's see what's actually happened. Okay, I'm not sure where that is. It should be open somewhere, but never mind. I recommend trying it on your own. As I mentioned, it's free and open source, so you should have much less luck when you're not presenting about it. For the opportunities which are currently emerging, there is a, let's say, beyond the browser support with something called WASI, which is WebAssembly system interface, which enables Wasm to actually run outside of browsers. I will try to show that in a little bit. It was introduced by .NET 8, which introduced actually a kind of experimental WASI support, and I think it's still in experimental versions as of .NET 10, but it's still becoming better and better with every version. There is the cloud native potential with that. So the WASI modules offer near instant startup, very small footprint, and secure sandboxing, which is ideal for, let's say, microservices, Azure functions, Azure workloads, and many more. Edge workloads, sorry, and many more. Platforms like Cloudflare Workers and Fastly already use that WASI and WebAssembly for a secure and fast execution, and there are many more future opportunities and possibilities for .NET Core and WASI. So there is, for WebAssembly, there is support for multi-threading, which allows you to actually run your application in parallel threads, so maybe a UI thread and other. For .NET, it's not officially supported. I've seen some work on GitHub, but it's not officially there yet. There are some performance enhancements which are coming very often. So features like SIMD, which I mentioned, they improved the WebAssembly computational efficiency. It's currently on by default with .NET, and you can enable that with standard WebAssembly as well. There is also an enhanced browser API support. So as I showcased, things like sensors, file management, etc. Many more are also being worked on. So if something isn't supported, I think it will be added very soon. There is the browser GC for standard WebAssembly. For .NET or Blazor, there is still the custom GC from .NET, but you can also take a look on GitHub. I've seen some work on that as well, and you can even contribute if you want. There is also support for lazy loading, which reduces the runtime size and startup latency for the .NET Wasm applications, and it's still the developer experience is still getting better and better. So the debugging tools and integration with the browsers help align either .NET or WebAssembly as a whole to standard JavaScript development and all the workflows which are there for web. So lastly, I wanted to also look at the future outlook. For WASI, there is coming support for sockets. There is incoming support for I/O and the threading, which is a great benefit as well. WASI 0.3, which I think is coming very soon, introduces native async, HTTP, and CLI support. There is a component model, which kind of allows or enables modules and language agnostic Wasm applications. And there is also coming support for SpinCube and Fermion, which allow many possibilities as well. So for last part, I want to show the WASI demo, actually, how that works without any IDE. So I will try to close Visual Studio, and I will try to close all the browsers and everything, so we can actually see how that works. And let me just open this one. I have some commands prepared there, so I'll just switch a little bit. Let me do that. Yes. So I will copy those and actually have them here, so I don't have to switch that much. So we'll start as well a new console app from the command line. We'll create it. It's going to be very fast, and I will just go to that. Let me switch there. Should be this one. And I will actually just add a WASI SDK package to that existing console application. So like this. And once it adds, we can just do a .NET build, which should be very fast as well, since it's just a console app with WASI SDK. And once that builds, I have one last command prepared, which is called WASI time, which is something installed with the workloads, either from Visual Studio or from your terminal. And you can actually do something like WASI time and then the build-it application, which is there with .wasm. I will show that structure in a little bit, but we can actually see a Hello World application which is built with Wasm, run directly without the web or without any browser, to be exact. And you can have many more possibilities with that than just Hello World. But for the shortness of this example, I wanted to show just a simple Hello World app. Let me actually show you the structure in a little bit. So I have this one, so I don't have to type. And I will switch that in a little bit. So I hope you can see there is the binaries and all the file structure, which you already know. And there is also the build application. I will zoom that in a little bit, hopefully. Let me try that. Yeah, should be. Oh, it's showcasing that. Yes. Okay, so that's actually the build-it application with exe and the Wasm package, which is prepared there for you just with the Wasm SDK in your console application. So with that, I believe that's all from this presentation. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to be here in Copenhagen. And I hope we can see each other on the party or on a next conference. Thank you and enjoy.